All right, Henry family, welcome back to yet another episode of Hunt with a Henry. Today, I've got this little beauty with me, the brand new Henry single shot chambered in 350 Legend. All right, guys, welcome back here. Like I said, I've got this brand new Henry single shot 350 Legend here in front of me. Super excited about this gun. 350 Legend is a brand new cartridge to me. I have never shot it until today. I shot this gun just a little bit to kind of sight it in, get a feel for it. It's got a great trigger on it, just a great feel to it. It's short and compact, as you can see. So a really nice gun to carry around in the woods with you. Be a great gun in, say, a ground blind, small shooting house, something like that. From what I understand, the 350 Legend, which as you can see here is a pretty unique looking cartridge, was designed for you guys that kind of live in states that during your rifle season you can only use straight wall cartridges. So as you can see, it is a straight wall cartridge. Pretty unique looking little round here. It's also low recoil, which I like. It's not going to beat you up shooting it on the range. It's also going to be good for maybe guys that are just getting started into hunting, youth, women, hunters, and stuff like that as well. The only ammo that I could find for this thing, I've actually had this gun for a couple months and haven't been able to shoot it because I couldn't find any ammo for it, but I finally found some. Got a couple boxes here. I'll kind of read you some ballistics. These are actually 170 grain soft points. With these 170 grain soft points, if you're 4 inches high at 100, you're going to be dead on at 200, and about a 19-inch drop at 300. Muzzle velocity is about 2,200 feet per second. So pretty cool little cartridge here. Like I said, light recoil, straight wall. For those of you that live in states that are only allowed to use a straight wall cartridge, this is going to be a great option for you guys. I've got a target down here. I've shot this thing just a little bit. I'm at 50 yards here. I might shoot a couple of them down there for you, and then we're going to actually move back to 100 yards and shoot a group and see how this thing does. All right, guys, let's see how this thing shoots. Hopefully I can hold this thing pretty steady. I drove all the way out here to my range and decided to leave my shooting bags at home, so I'm kind of trying to make do here with this Henry gun case here, but I'm fairly solid, so hopefully we can get a good group down there. Really smooth shooting little gun, guys. I absolutely love the trigger on these Henry single shots. They are just as crisp as can be. Just feel really good. Two right there touching the circle. This barrel's getting hot. I shot it 4 or 5 times there to get it sighted in, and it's about 90 degrees out here today, so she's heating up fast. All right, guys, that's 3 of them touching an inch circle down there. 50 yards, like I said, but also not the best rest at all. So super happy with that. Let's walk down there and check it out. All right, guys, got a little action camera down here. Here's my group. This is the one I was shooting at. As you can see here, I think this was my first shot when I was sighting it in, dialed it up over to here. Shot a couple more over here just for fun, but 50 yards, just shooting off that bench, using my gun case, my soft gun case there. Every one of those is touching that little inch deal. So, that's an inch group basically at 50 yards. If I had some sandbags, I'm sure I could get that tighter. Let's move back to 100 yards and see how it does. All right, guys, we moved back to 100 yards here. I'm just filling up this little cheek rest I got for this thing. Let's try this at 100 yards and see where our impact point is. I sighted it in basically for 50 there, so we might be just a little bit off, but we should be fairly close. So we'll kind of dial it in from here. It's actually right on, guys. So there must not be a whole lot of difference. Like I said, this is a brand new cartridge to me. I didn't really look up ballistics as far as what to sight it in for 50 yards compared to 100, but that one right there was dang near touching the circle. It actually might be touching the circle just on the right side. Like I said, I don't have a great rest here, guys, so this is a pretty darn accurate little gun. Send another one down here. Dang, guys, that one is literally touching. Just a smidge to the right, so I could click it over, and I was actually just a smidge to the right at 50 too, now that I think about it. So I'm not gonna touch it right now though. I wanna shoot a group here, and hopefully if I can make a good shot here, this thing might end up being a really accurate little rifle. I jerked that one a little bit, guys. I could feel it. It actually slipped on this little lip here on the table. I might shoot one more, just since that one didn't feel great. Would have still been a dead deer, but definitely wasn't a great shot. I think that one's right there touching with the first two good shots. Let's walk down there and check it out, guys, but from what I see so far, this is gonna be one awesome little rifle. This is a pretty accurate round, evidently, and a really accurate little single shot rifle. Let's go check them out. All right, guys, as you can see, pretty darn good grouping. I'm guessing, I don't see a stray shot. These were my first two. I said I pulled this one a little bit here to look back on the camera, but I'm pretty sure this must have just went right through the same hole. It's tore here on the bottom just a little bit more, but I'll look at the footage. Regardless, guys, I mean, that's even with this bad shot. I mean, these are inch dots, so I mean, you're looking at just barely over an inch group, even with this flyer. Heck of a little gun. I'm pretty darn impressed. Okay, guys, I moved back here to 200 yards. We're gonna dial this scope up to the 200 yard mark. Give this thing a try. Sorry for the background noise, guys. The grain elevator behind me here's decided to turn their fans on, drying some grain down evidently, so it might be a little noisy. But to try this scope out, give this thing a whirl. Pretty excited to see. We have impact. It's a little bit low, which I kind of expected. This scope is designed for 150 grain projectiles. And we're shooting 170 grain projectiles because that is literally all I could find. Send another one down range here. I am a little bit to the right, which I have been at all distances. Another impact, we're a little bit higher, but right there. Just shoot a 3-shot group here. Then we're gonna have to put this thing away because it's getting hot. It's like 95 out here today, guys. It is not the funnest day to be on the range shooting. Send one more down there, and we'll go check them out. All right, guys. I kind of tried to aim basically in the same spot there, and I think we've got a halfway decent group. I don't really have an aiming point, so I can't be aiming in the exact same spot every time, but I'm gonna head on down there, check it out, see what we got. But overall, I think this is one heck of a little gun, guys. Pretty excited about it. All right, guys, I made it down here to the end of the range. I had this little GoPro mounted up here. I'm gonna take this off here just so you can see these shots a little bit better. So here we are. You guys probably saw the impacts. As you can see, I was just basically aiming, right in here. It's So we are a little bit right and a little bit low. I expected it to be a little low because that scope is designed for 150 grain bullets and we're shooting 170 grains. But we're looking at, I mean, hardly over a 2-inch group. I mean, that probably is a 2-inch group. I mean, it's not even the length of my finger. As you can see, that's my hand. That's a dang tight group, 200 yards with a little straight walled 350 Legend out of a single shot rifle. You know, if you're shooting 150 grain projectiles with that scope, you're probably all of them right here in the center. So pretty darn impressed with this little gun, guys. Super excited about it. I'm gonna head back to the bench. We're gonna wrap this thing up. But I'm really, really impressed with this gun, guys. It's super accurate. It's got a great trigger. I don't know. If you guys want a 200-yard gun for deer and you're living in a state that you can only use straight wall cartridges, check out the Henry single shot 350 Legend because it's darn impressive. All right, made it back here to the bench. Again, sorry for the audio, guys. The fans back here on this grain elevator are super loud, but I'm gonna wrap this thing up. It is getting hot. It's in the mid 90s and I am sweating, and this gun barrel is getting hot. As you can probably tell, guys, I am beyond impressed with this little rifle. Crazy accurate. This little cartridge is just something special. This is the first time I've ever shot it today. It's the first time I've ever shot a 350 Legend, period. As of today, impressed to say the least, especially out of this little Henry. Short, compact little gun, single shot, low recoil, great trigger, and accurate. What else could you want? This scope matches up with it great. It's a Leupold VX Freedom with the 350 Legend turret on it. It's made for 150 grain projectiles. We are shooting 170 today, but as you can see, it works pretty darn well, even with the 170s, just a smidge low. Just very impressed with this gun, guys, overall. Very excited to get in the woods with it this fall and maybe put down a deer or two with it. It's just really cool, very cool. Fun shooting, great crisp trigger. It's got an awesome trigger on it, holds well. It's beautiful. It's got beautiful wood on it. Just a really cool gun. I grew up shooting single shots and lever actions both. Killed several deer growing up with a single shot 308. So definitely feel right at home with this thing. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you want more stuff like this. It really helps all of us out here at Henry to continue to make these videos. And I definitely enjoy bringing all these videos to you guys. Hope you enjoy them. God bless. Remember, if it's not made in America, it's not getting made at all. We'll see you in the next one, guys.